gotta ask you, how do you write about leftists so well in your books? And he goes, I take a man, then I remove all reason and accountability. The question is, for all you normies out there, do you want to be forced to do something from the top down, big government, or would you rather choose to do it yourself in consultation with your doctor? I think the choice is clear. You see, you normies out there, I'm speaking to you. I'm not speaking to the far left authoritarian, medical authoritarians out there. I'm not talking to those assholes because, well, let's face it, they're far long gone. Their brain is pudding, just like the potato right here you see. I can't reach them. There is no way of reaching them. You're dead to me. So go F yourself and have a nice day. For you normies out there who happen to have voted for this fucking potato, who don't know shit about shit, who are sort of open to, I guess, ideas or even new ideas, let me posit this for you. Would you want the government to force a vaccine on you? Oh, well, I'm sorry. The Pfizer one has been approved 100% by the FDA. Whatever. Okay, but the FDA works for the government. You don't think there's any sort of, pressure on them to, say, push this out to give it a full 100%, A-OK from the FDA? Because the potato, for all those intents and purposes, has been pushing this. He's been pushing states and companies and local businesses, even small businesses, to push this on their workers to say, hey, if you don't get X, then you get fired or let go or laid off until you get that X thing done. Okay, so if you look at Governor DeSantis, he's saying, yes, I highly recommend you get it, but that's a decision between you and your doctor. I am not going to force it on you. Which sort of government would you rather live under? Would you want to live under the potato where he's forcing private citizens, employers, state and local levels pushing a vaccine on you, okay? Or would you rather have someone like Governor DeSantis, where he's saying, hey, I highly recommend you do it. If you don't want to do it, cool, whatever. But you know what? Consult your doctor. If it's right for you, then do it. If it's not right for you, then don't do it. Including masks. The government, under the potato, wants to force putting a diaper on your face with dubious claims of its efficacy. Governor DeSantis goes, no, I'm not going to do it for children at school. Guess what? I'm going to let the parents decide, because that's at the lowest and smallest level. The parents can decide if the kids need to wear it or not. And then ultimately it's left up to the kids if they go to school to wear it and or not. So I ask again out there in Lazlo Land, for you fucking normies out there that put this motherfucker in office, do you want to live under a totalitarian regime such as the potato, or do you want to live under a regime like more of like a libertarian style where, hey, I highly recommend you do this, but hey, I'm not going to force you. You leave it up. I'm going to leave it up to you. Consult your doctor. And when it comes to masks, guess what? I'm going to leave it up to the parents if they want to send their kids on going to school wearing a face diaper. That's on you. That's not on me. That's not the state government telling you to do that. That's not even the local government telling you to do that. That's on you, whether you choose to or not. Who would you rather live under? The choice is fucking clear, folks, because you medical authoritarians out there want the top-down approach, especially in Florida. There's a lot of people in Florida that go, well, the government should tell me what to do. Really? Why? You can't make decisions for you? Or for yourself or in your family? You have to default to the fucking government? You think the government really knows what's best for you? But yes, for you lefty douchetards out there, you think the left is completely and unadulterated just awesome. You prefer the potato to tell you what to do because it removes that sort of responsibility, I dare I say. Remember that movie out there? It was called As Good As It Gets, had Jack Nicholson in it. And he was like a writer and he had some, quirkiness to him. Some lady goes, I gotta ask you, how do you write about women so well in your books? And he goes, I take a man, then I remove all reason and accountability. That is what you are lefties right now. You want to remove reason and accountability out of your thought process. You default to the government. They know what's best for me. No, they don't. Case in point, for an example, I worked for the government. For 20 years, the federal government as an army soldier for 20 years. Okay? You get very little choice in some instances for the government. If they say you have to take a vaccine, you don't have to, but they'll get booted. That's just the point. They say go to war. Guess what? You don't have to, but the opposite reaction to that is you get, depending on general or honorable discharge. So you lefties out there, authoritarian bootlickers, want to do this. You want to default your opinions and your thought process to the government. I'll let the potato decide for me. See, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. I prefer the DeSantis approach, where he goes, hey, I suggest you do it, but I'm not going to force you to do it. I'm not going to force you to put a mask on your face. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to force businesses to do that. Hey, if you want to do it, great. And by the way, if you want to get the jab, guess what? Here are the places you can get it. I am not going to tell you not to do it. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. You consult your doctor. You consult your family. And when it comes to masks, guess what? I'm going to tell the localities that they can't force children in school to put a fucking face diaper on that has a dubious efficacy upon it. Because there's stories out right now that they're 10% effective. The blue ones that I usually wear when I have to in certain instances. Still to this day, if you want to go into a hospital, you still gotta goddamn wear it. That's the way it goes. And I'm happy, I'm fine with that. For the time being, of course. And in closing, when it comes to Governor DeSantis, he's receiving a lot of flack lately. Why? It's because he's over the target. He is the front runner for all intents and purposes, even though he's not said he's going to run for president. He is running for re-election in 2022 for the governorship of Florida. He's over the target right now, so all these news media outlets are coming out to attack him. You see, he's got his ducks in a row, and I hope he does. For the most part that I see. He's going out there saying, hey, you choose for yourself. You decide for yourself. I am not going to tell you what to do. You would think that would resonate with a lot of people. You would think that people would just say, especially normies out there, and go, hey, you know what? Thank you, Governor DeSantis. You know what? And matter of fact, I choose to send my kid to school with a face diaper. That doesn't necessarily work or not, depending on what research study you look at and the data points you see. I prefer to do that. Thank you, Governor DeSantis. Thank you. You see, people out there like that are somewhat normal. They consult their family, they consult the doctor, they look at the research and go, you know what? I'm not going to send my cool kid to school with a face diaper, or I'm going to send them to school with a face diaper. That's my decision. Great, because it's at the local level. You have control over your lives. What the leftards want to do, what the authoritarians want to do, they want to tell you what to do. And they leave it up to them. DeSantis is saying, look, choose it for yourself. Is DeSantis perfect? No. But the reason why he's receiving a lot of flack, a lot of targeting, is that he's over the target right now. And their flat cannons going up. People don't like him who are on the left, the authoritarians on the left, because they know, let's put it this way. Having going on now, if you saw a couple polls, Trump is basically in line to win again if he runs. If he doesn't run, it's Ron DeSantis. And at this point, I prefer Ron DeSantis. Not just because I don't like Trump. It's that he's getting older. I don't know if he's going to survive or not. But one of those two guys I'm voting for, regardless if Trump runs for president again, or DeSantis is the vice president, or DeSantis runs for president, and whoever the hell vice president can be. Who knows? The point being is that the reason why these modern authoritarian medical authoritarians don't like DeSantis is because he's leaving the choice up to you. You out there. You know what's best for yourself. The government doesn't know. The government does a broad stroke. They say, well, you need to do this. You need to conform to this regulation, which is just a blanket. You're like, well, we got to do it this way because there's too many people that can interpret it a certain way. Blanket law. Yeah. Just right there. So you have no choice but to either break it or comply with it. What DeSantis is doing, he's not clogging up the government with more goddamn executive orders or regulations. He's saying, look, you want to do it, do it. If you don't, don't. I mean, you would think, right now, in closing, you would think that would resonate with everybody. Thank you. I'd like to make my own choices. But apparently, my body, my choice, well, that's only if you want to kill a child in the womb, because we know that the left historically loves killing children.